The books of Romans, Colossians, Ephesians, and Hebrew have scriptures in regards to is contrary to the flesh, nailed at the cross, that we're no longer under the law. We have to walk in the spirit. What people do is they get the laws confused. There were ceremonial laws, sacrificial laws, and dietary laws. And then there was the 10 Commandments, which are obviously still kept. No one would sit here and argue any of the other 9 commandments, that you have to be faithful to your spouse, you can't use the Lord's name in vain, or any of the other 9. No one would argue them. Since people don't like some of the 10 Commandments, particularly the 4th one, which is still the 7th day that God blessed, sanctified the Sabbath, Saturday, not Sunday, they just say, oh, we don't keep them, even though we have scriptures that still tell us to keep the commandments of God. So we have to be careful. We're not confusing the laws here when they're talking about we're no longer keeping the law, was nailed to the cross, or they're contrary to the flesh. The 10 Commandments are the moral law, which is still kept, and we'll warn someone would tamper with them. So coincidentally, Satan, that was kicked out of heaven, wanted worship, and the commandment that was switched has to do with worship. Romans chapter 11, verse 16 through 24. Lets us know we are the branches now grafted into the family of God. So yes, we still keep the 10 Commandments, and they have not changed. We didn't join the family to change commandments and do our own thing. Let this sink in. If you have kids and your kid was using the Lord's name in vain, guess what? You would tell them not to do that. It's not okay to do that, right? And if your spouse came home from work and she told you, hey, honey, I'm under grace now, so I didn't keep the 7th commandment today, don't commit adultery. That wouldn't fly, would it? So obviously, those scriptures are not talking about the moral law, which we still keep. The first 4 commandments are for God. The last 6 commandments are for your neighbor. And so coincidentally, the number 6 is the number of man.